Cloudcast Media.
Drew Schlosberg Spotlight on the Community Show, amplifying the voices of social impact organizations, entrepreneurs, local nonprofits, and other community champions who shape the culture, creativity, and connectivity of San Diego. Brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union, bringing good things to San Diego for over 60 years. Learn more about what is good for you and good for all by visiting www.missionfed.com.
I'm Drew Schlosberg of Cloudcast Media, and it's so good to have back in the studio, return appearance from Dr. Lauren Lek. She is the head of school for the Academy of Our Lady of Peace. Been a while, Lauren.
It has been a couple of years.
Well, that's what a pandemic will do to you, I guess.
Yeah.
How are things going? Everything going well?
Everything's going good.
Very, very good. And you brought your director of admissions, Diana Agostini, into the studio with us. Good to see you.
Good to see you, Drew.
I know, exactly. How did you like this shift over to the world of education?
I love it. That's where my heart is, so it was good to be back.
Very good. Really briefly, talk about what you were doing before.
So before that, I was working in higher education at the University of San Diego, always in admissions for graduate business programs. And then I had a brief parenthesis with government for the city of San Diego in the Arts Commission, because that's also another one of my passions. And it was just a calling when I saw the opening for this position, and it speaks to me in so many ways. You'll hear about it, but the mission of the school is just wonderful, and I had to get on board.
Very good. Well, listen, that's a great school to get me involved in, and I think this surprises people, Lauren, when people say, "How old is the school?" And how old is it?
Yeah, we are the oldest high school in San Diego, only 140 years old.
Right.
We're just kids.
You get ready for your next 140 moving forward on that. How many students go to the school?
750 girls.
Girls, right.
All girls.
I know. And is that number growing? Is it stabilizing? Is it based on economics?
So we are completely steady and packed at 750. And we are just high schoolers 9 through 12. And we would love someday in the future to examine more kids or younger kids and look at that. But right now we're kind of stuck at that 750 number.
So is there a waiting list?
There is quite so, being the only all-girls school here in San Diego remaining.
Right, exactly. And there's even a waiting list for legacies, I imagine?
There is across the board for legacies. And then being that only all-girls Catholic school here in San Diego, we have a wonderful natural international population. About 12% of our students come across the border every single day from Baja California. So when we think about that beautiful natural international population that San Diego shares with Mexico, it just makes for a wonderful community and an international population that we get to experience at OLP.
Right. Now, do you offer scholarships for those who may need some financial assistance?
We do. We offer both. Very rigorous. It's our commitment as part of our mission, as Diana was talking about. So both tuition assistance for those who qualify, and then scholarships. So merit-based scholarships for those that are leaders in their community, those committed to community service and outreach. We have a number of Girl Scouts that are continuing that into high school, and we want to honor that. Those that are already demonstrating that leadership quality, that commitment to service and giving back in their community. So those are some of the scholarships offered to students. And then as they progress throughout 9th through 12th grade, we have even more. For example, a number of our alums have stepped up to fund very rigorous scholarships. Scholarships for our military students even is accessible as they continue throughout OLP.
So do you have an JROTC?
We don't have that, but gosh, Drew, every time I come on your show, I feel like I walk away with a larger to-do list.
My job is to give people work to do, because I certainly can't do it.
I know.
The Girl Scouts were on last week.
Oh, wonderful.
And they're coming back on next week as well.
We have a great partnership with them. We're very blessed.
No, they're absolutely terrific. We are chatting with Dr. Lauren Lek. She's the head of school for the Academy of Our Lady of Peace, joined by her director of admissions, Diana Agostini. So, in your role as director of admissions, you must get pulled in about 5 different spots?
Well, I always say that I have the best job, though, because I get to meet these girls before everyone else. And then I get to go back to campus and say, in this case, class of 2027 will be the most amazing class. And that repeats every year, basically.
Right. Well, listen, I mean, leadership is at the top of your list over there, Lauren, and I know it's infused in everything you do and so forth in that aspect. Talk about, you folks getting involved in sort of cutting edge things. STEM, of course, you're involved in. Hopefully you're involved in STEAM as well and so forth. But talk about STEM.
Yeah, I'm so glad you brought up STEAM because it is both. One, we have a phenomenal robotics team. Our girls have gone to the International Robotics Competition in Houston several times as the only all-girls robotics program. And what a difference that makes to have only girls on that team, not just the girls that are involved in fundraising and the marketing, but girls that are programming, building that robot. On the other side of things, we are in the process of completing the building of a 20,000 square foot library, media, and performing arts complex.
Wow.
That'll be done just probably by the beginning of June. And what a difference that makes to have access to a state-of-the-art theater. We're ready to launch our Women TEDx program. We have a very highly competitive speech and debate program. And so just again, it's not just in the STEM program. We're seeing close to 41% of our grads going on into STEM majors year after year. And if you look at the data nationwide, it's about 16% co-ed of high school graduates go on to STEM majors. And OLP is consistently at 41%. So hitting that out of the park, Drew.
No, I think that's true. Let's talk about that multimedia theater. Is it on campus?
It is. It'll be our newest building. This is part of a 2-phase multi-million-dollar campaign that we have invested in to renovate our historic campus and really provide our young women with the tools they need to compete today, all while keeping our historic, magnificent campus intact. So very exciting.
Yeah, I'm Drew Schlosberg, and you're listening to Drew Schlosberg Spotlight on the Community Show on Cloudcast Media. Brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union, bringing great things to San Diegans for 60 years. We are chatting with our cool friends at the Academy of Our Lady of Peace, often known as OLP. Joining us is Dr. Lauren Lek, head of school, and her director of administration, Diana Agostini. When you talk about, I'm going to glum on this media stuff for a good reason, since it's my whole life has been tied into this and in education in that area. The opportunities that they're going to have at this media center, they're going to produce shows, I imagine. They're going to write shows. They're going to direct shows and do everything in between.
They are. So in our newest building, Navarra and Shiley Hall, at the epicenter of this is our new pilot television production studio. And when I think about what our students have been able to produce already in that studio, every morning they have a 15-minute broadcast in which all of our announcements are done. The program is completely student-run, student-led, student-produced. And when you think about the difference it makes in an all-girl school, a girl is in every single one of those leadership roles. And when you walk around our new renovated campus, it's all glass. So you see girls doing that. You see the girls working in the engineering sound booth. You see the girls working with the power tools. And so a girl is in each and every one of those roles. And that's what we know from the research. When she can see it, she can be it.
Yeah, that makes all the sense in the world. And I take it you must have a robust podcast program going on?
Oh, we do, Drew. That's our newest one. And Pilot Voices just launched this year. Very excited about that. And again, in partnership with our students, our Architects of Change Club, that again draws right out of our mission. Our Sisters of St. Joseph that founded this school wanted young women to be empowered, to have a voice, and to become all of which women is capable. We still know what that means, right? But women of heart, women of faith, women of courage, and women who listen to the needs of their time. And as I think about this podcast, that's exactly what it is. What's going on in our world? Listening, asking questions, and getting curious. And our girls are at the center of that, creating, producing, editing, engineering, and pushing that out into our world.
Yeah, and the whole focal point of that is curiosity, of course. That is the work, of course, that certainly is guiding a lot of this aspect of it. Let me ask you this, Diana, do you work closely with the parents?
I do, yes. So committing to OLP is not just on behalf of the students. It's the whole family that joins OLP. That's what we say. And why? Because we really want for them to be involved in everything that their daughters do. It's really important that both of them, both the parents and the students, are ready to join us in this journey. We want to journey with all of them.
So how do the dads get involved?
Well, the dads, they are actually the ones who I love talking to the most, probably, because many times they come to us being a little skeptical, maybe, but then the stories that they have to share, when they almost have tears to their eyes, truly, when they talk about how they see their daughters really being nourished and just developing into these strong women who are competent, who are confident, who are ready to just rock the world. And so seeing that change, their hearts just really opens, and it's to me, that's the best sensation.
So let me ask you this. So the 912, you got 750 girls, young women that go to school there. Are they coming from other all-girl situations, and they're coming from all over the place? They're coming from co-ed, middle schools and so forth?
Yeah, they're all coming from co-ed schools pretty much.
So, Drew, you just touched on one of our very dreams, is because there are no other all-girl schools outside of OLP.
Right.
And so they only would have had options to co-ed environments. And so they're all coming from a co-ed experience. But we pull from over 82 different zip codes right now coming to OLP. So all over San Diego, we provide that transportation, because for many dual working families that are coming from San Marcos or Vista, all the way that far up north, all the way down into San Ysidro, transportation is the only way they can get there through our van system. And they're coming from all these different schools, some only one from their elementary or middle school to come to OLP.
Yeah. Right. How much do they interact with, your boys and what other projects? Do they do anything collaboratively?
Oh, those Saintsmen 3 miles down the road?
Of course.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Well, Saints is actually celebrating their centennial. They're a wee bit younger than us, only 100 years old this year. But in honor of that centennial, we are, for the first time in our joint history, busing all 750 girls over to Saints for their big rally coming up, homecoming rally. Nice. And so all 1,400 of us will be joined together in their gym to celebrate the big homecoming rally. 9 buses and all of us heading those 3 miles down the road. So a very exciting time. And beyond just the social and the athletics, there's a lot we do together with leadership, service in the community, partnering together. Obviously, we join together in our religious Catholic identity, so retreats, campus ministry projects. So I think there's a lot in which these young people are learning how to be in relationship with one another. And we know in our world today, there's so many messages that young people get from social media. That is not what parents want about what it means to be in relationship. And so the messages that these young people are seeing at Saints and OLP is one of how to focus on your academics, your learning, your leadership, and then how to be in right relationship.
Yeah, when you'll come back from break, I want to talk more about that aspect of it. I would be unbelievably remiss if we didn't talk about the unbelievable prowess of your athletic teams, which you're very, very proud of course. And where do you see this going into the future? If you were to sit there, here's where we're going to be 5 years from now, 10 years from now, and so forth. And as you know, Lauren, what we always do is save time for what can our listeners do to help support all those great initiatives. So if you're okay with that, that's what we're going to do.
Great. Sounds good, Jared.
You bet. I'm Drew Schlosberg, and you've been listening to Drew Schlosberg Spotlight on the Community Show on Cloudcast Media. We are brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union. Been doing great things in San Diego for more than 60 years. We will be right back.
When you do your banking with Mission Fed, you get great rates on auto and home loans. That's good for you, but something good also happens for a lot of other people. We're not for profit. So we put money back into the community to help lots of great nonprofits to keep San Diego strong. So you're not just getting something good, you're doing something good. Come to Mission Fed. It's banking that's good for all.
Brand amplification is the DNA of Cloudcast Media, and our code is the powerful blending of sound, voice, and storytelling to lift local brands and their communities. Whether it is our Brandcast, Schoolcast, or Causecast platforms, the unifying ethos is all about this community, the one you call home. If you dare to dream and want to explore the brand amplification of Cloudcast, a national leader in local podcasting and other Winfluence strategies, please visit us at cloudcast.us.
I'm Drew Schlosberg, and you've been listening to Drew Schlosberg Spotlight on the Community Show on Cloudcast Media, brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union, bringing good things to San Diego for more than 60 years. We are with some of the cool cats from Academy of Our Lady of Peace. We got Dr. Lauren Lek. She is head of school for the school. How many years now?
This is my 10th year, Drew.
Oh, my goodness. You're blinking. It's going 10 years, joined by Diana Agostini, director of admissions, long storied career in the arts and in education, and now has found a great spot here at OLP. We talked about some of the wonderful things that you folks are doing, but you cannot talk about OLP and not talk about athletics. How important that is to you folks?
It's very important. And as we look at the athletic program, what we see happening there is building of young women's self-confidence. And when I think about the difference in an all-girls school, I have the privilege of sitting on the board of the International Coalition of Girls' Schools. And what's the difference and the advantage of being in an all-girls school versus a co-ed? It's that confidence. It's building up young women's confidence and helping them have that voice. And the data points to that over and over again. At OLP, we have over 600 leadership positions. And a key component of that are the captains on those athletic teams. And when young women learn how to work together to be partners in that and to have that voice to grow in their athletic prowess, makes a huge difference.
Well, and you were chatting about this a little bit earlier too, Diana, and you jumping in too, Lauren, that you're just as proud of the diversity at OLP, which most people might not think it's so diverse. It's very diverse, is it not?
Absolutely. We have students coming from Vista, from Oceanside, from East County, South Bay, crossing the border every day, as Lauren was mentioning, international students from overseas as of this year as well. That all contributes to the conversations in the classroom, to learning the different perspectives. It's just a extremely diverse population. And as Lauren also was mentioning, we provide as well transportation, because accessibility, it's another big piece when we talk about diversity for sure.
Right, yeah, and certainly talked about, the cross-border connection. Of course, we're sitting on the richest, border town in the world, San Diego and Tijuana, and culture is just as rich as the monetary aspects of it as well. And we all know we need a lot of empathy in this world, to say the least. Some seems to have gone by the way the dodo bird in some situations, and I think that's just great what you folks are doing. And this, before we get into some of the other key things you're doing, talk about how community service is literally in the DNA of OLP and the students.
It is. In our very mission statement, it references one of our sisters of St. Joseph of Carondelet, Central charism, their spirit, which is about unifying love, that all may be one. And Drew, one of the most beautiful things on our campus is our dedication to the Interfaith Place of Peace, where we honor a memorial to our Holocaust literature class, in which we have a butterfly project. And each of those butterflies remembers one of the 1.5 million children that were lost in the Holocaust. As I think about what that represents, it's a reminder and a call that all of us must be upstanders in this world. It's also a call and a reminder that all are welcome at OLP. Doesn't matter what your faith tradition, your background is, or who you are. We welcome you and we say, come, join us. Come be part of this amazing community. We do what we do at OLP because we are Catholic, but all are welcome to join us and be part of this community with our values. And I think that is what translates into what these girls do to give back in their community. It inspires them to say, how will I make a difference? How will I go out and change this world? And when we look at the data on all-girl schools, that it's number one in terms of young women having a greater sense of cultural competency, increased political engagement, and wanting to go out and make a difference. And we see it in the way we talk about sisterhood, right? These girls who are cheerleading each other on, saying, let's do this, let's take this on, we can make a difference. And I think that's one of the key things that we see in all girls schools, that this focus on larger than life things. And man, that's exciting. Our world needs that.
Right. How much do you focus on civics? We all know that, listen, I think that's something that sort of got away from us in the curriculum a little bit. But, it is so important for young kids, adults for that matter, not just young kids, are you kidding me, to understand how our legislative process works. And I have absolutely no patience for people who complain and don't vote. Vote any way you want. That is your right to vote. We're a country that it's all about that. But vote and get out there and be a participant in this stuff. How much do you go over that?
Very much involved in our courses, and not just, I would say, in one course in particular. So I have a senior right now at OLP, and one of the things that all of our seniors are working on through their course in U.S. history is working on creating a bill. And I tell you, there's nothing like practical, authentic engagement in courses to learn those things. I think our teachers are exemplary at real world examples for our young women. All of our pedagogy is focused on how girls learn best. And when that happens, the girls are able to see the real world in action. But beyond that, we partner with our local community through our OLP Women's Symposium. We're bringing our legislative leaders onto our campus to talk with our students, to share their personal real world example. So it's not just in one way through our academics or our curriculum, but it's in all these multiple facets. Because I believe that when it's in one particular course or it's just in one way, then it gets sidelined. But when it's all these different manners, then it becomes real and authentic. So I think, Drew, you're absolutely touching on something that's imperative for our world. And I'm going to add to that. It's also about learning how to talk with one another. Civic discourse is essential. We live in a world of polarization right now, where if I believe something different than you, then we can't talk. And that's something else at OLP that we're working a great deal on, is how to find respect in difference and to be able to move forward in unity with one another.
Yeah, you see, if Drew ran the world, then people should run for the next planet. But one of the things I do, I eliminate the R and the D and the I and the G and all that. We're all about a common good. We all, when it comes down to it, I don't care if you're living in Mozambique or you're living in Logan Heights or you're living in the Space Station Mir, we all want our kids to be safe.
Yes.
We want them to be healthy. We want them to be nurtured. We want that of our grandparents. We want that of everyone. So when you take a step back, don't we all want the same thing? Yes. Now, how do we go there and get that? And obviously, that's in the DNA of OLP. We're chatting with Dr. Lauren Lek, who's the head of school for the Academy of Our Lady of Peace, joined by Diana Agostini, Director of Admissions. I'll start with you on this, Diana. What can our listeners do to help your efforts as their Director of Admissions or just OLP in general?
Well, when I talk to parents, I just tell them, come and experience OLP. My words may mean something to you, but once you step on campus, you feel the energy of those 10,000 alumni who have been walking through those hallways, of the current students. That just speaks for itself. When you interact with our students, we just had 408 graders visit our school for 8th grade visitation. And
Nice.
The energy, Drew, it's something I cannot describe. You really have to be there to understand why OLP is such a special place. So I always tell parents, yes, I'm here to provide all the support, all the information, but come and bring your daughter to our school. We have a number of what we call Pilot for a Day, which are our shadow days that we're offering. Now it's admission season. And so this is when families are really, and students are really thinking about high school applications. And so this is really the best way to come and learn about OLP. We also have an open house on November 6th. So helping me during my job is honestly just coming and experience for yourself and for your daughters our wonderful community.
Yeah, what's the best way to get a hold of you?
Well, you can go on our website, aolp.org.
Okay.
Admissions@aolp.org will get to me. I'm available for tours, for chats, anything.
That sounds good. Lauren, what can we do for you?
I think the number one thing that I would recommend, as Diana said, is come and visit. We have so many amazing things that people can get involved with, even if you don't have kids. Crazy thing, but come and visit. This is a place that is truly building up the next generation of leaders. And I don't know about you, Drew, but we've kind of talked about our world today. And sometimes we can get discouraged if we tune in too much to the world. And OLP is a place of hope. OLP is a place of encouragement. And all you do is step on that campus, visit with one of our students, and you will see light and hope and positivity and optimism. These are young women that are heading out to change the world. We came into the office today, and lo and behold, here at Mission Federal Credit Union, there is an OLP alum right here, class of 2018. And wow, she's changing the world.
Yeah, she is changing the world.
She's changing the world. And so I think to me, that is hope. And so I encourage others to come and learn more, because these are young women that are not only changing San Diego, but our global world.
You know what I'd love to do is next time you folks are on, let's bring in a couple students to share the microphone, if you would like to do that. Okay, yeah, we do this quite a bit. And then to your point, when you see these students on the mic, and you go, we are in good hands for many years to come. You can get all caught up, as you were mentioning, Lauren, and all the stuff that's going on and negativity and all that business. Certainly, we got to pay attention to these things. But when you see what these young kids are doing at the youngest of ages, focusing on how do I make this a better place, that is a lot of encouragement. So would love to have you back on with a couple of your stellar students, and maybe some of the podcast kids can come on and they can review us. I've only been doing this since 2007, so you can still teach me some new tricks in that aspect of. We would love to have that happen.
Sounds good.
Very, very good. We've been chatting with Dr. Lauren Lek, head of school for the Academy of Our Lady of Peace, joined by her director of admissions, Diana Agostini. I'm Drew Schlosberg, and you've been listening to another edition of Drew Schlosberg Spotlight on the Community Show on Cloudcast Media, brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union, bringing terrific things to San Diegans for more than 60 years.
You've been listening to an episode of Drew Schlosberg's Spotlight on the Community Show, amplifying the voices of social impact organizations, entrepreneurs, local nonprofits, and other community champions who shape the culture, creativity, and connectivity of San Diego community. Brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union, bringing good things to San Diego for over 60 years. Learn more about what is good for you and good for all by visiting www.missionfed.com.
Cloudcast Media.